Hey everyone, and welcome to today's explainer. I am so pumped you're here because, well, we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to take a look at what might seem at first glance like a totally mundane everyday product, just a simple cleaning brush. But listen, we aren't just going to read down a list of boring specs. No way. We're going to explore how clever engineering and human-centered design can actually solve some of the most universal, pull-your-hair-out irritating household annoyances we all face. We're unpacking the HelpX 3-in-1 floor scrubber, and I'm telling you, by the end of this explainer, you might just look at your utility closet in a completely different way.
So let me ask you a question to kick things off. How many tools does it actually take to clean a floor? Seriously, think about your own home for a second. If you're tackling a really messy bathroom, or say a grimy garage, you probably drag out a broom for the dry dirt, a mop or a scrub brush for the stuck-on grime, maybe a squeegee to get rid of the puddles, and then a whole roll of paper towels for the stubborn stuff. You end up doing this crazy precarious balancing act, juggling 3 different cleaning supplies in one hand while trying not to knock over the trash can with the other. You're reaching, you're dripping water everywhere, and your space is just cluttered with all these single-use tools. It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? Well, that exact frustration is exactly what we're dissecting today. Okay, let's dive right into this with Section 1, the universal cleaning struggle. Before we can really appreciate a brilliant solution, we've got to acknowledge the elephant in the room. The problem with household chores isn't just the time they take up, it's the physical and mental toll they extract from us. We've totally normalized a process that is, frankly, deeply inefficient and physically uncomfortable. Think about the back-breaking reality of traditional scrubbing. You're bending over awkwardly, straining your lower back, scrubbing on your hands and knees, and you're constantly stopping what you're doing to switch from a broom to a brush to a rag. It's completely exhausting. Now compare that to the HelpX approach. We're talking customized height, all-in-one comfort, and honestly, this is the best part, absolutely no manual debris handling. It's all about taking a process that usually leaves you physically aching and just engineering the friction right out of it. So how exactly do they manage that? Let's get into Section 2, Anatomy of a 3-in-1 tool. When we look at the core engineering of this specific brush head, this is where the magic really happens. You've got this sequential utility built right into a single piece of hardware designed to systematically solve those cleaning struggles we just talked about. Step 1, scrub. You've got these hard, right-angled PVC bristles designed for aggressive, deep cleaning. Step 2, scrape. Built right into that exact same head is a rubber squeegee to immediately clear away the nasty, dirty water you just scrubbed up. But okay, step 3 is the real genius here. Extract. Hidden right in the design are built-in tweezers. Let's be real for a second. We all know the universal stomach-churning disgust of having to reach down with our bare hands or a flimsy wad of toilet paper to pull wet hair and mystery gunk out of a shower drain. Ugh. With these integrated tweezers, you literally never have to touch that debris again. It's a tiny detail, sure, but it solves a massive psychological pain point. And the ingenuity of this brush head doesn't stop there either. It features a flexible, multi-angle swivel head with push-button rotation. I want you to picture trying to clean the vertical tiles in your shower, or those really awkward sharp corners behind the toilet. A rigid brush forces your wrist and your shoulder into unnatural, just painful angles. But by simply pressing a button, this brush head adapts to its environment. It lets you tackle corners, baseboards, and walls with total control and absolutely zero awkward reaching. The tool actually bends so your body doesn't have to. Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, Engineering for your back. Look, a truly effective cleaning tool shouldn't just leave your house spotless. It really should leave you feeling physically fine. If you need an ice pack and a handful of ibuprofen after you clean your kitchen, your tools are failing you. The crucial fix boils down to 3 simple numbers: 30, 40, or 50. Those are the specific handle length increments in inches that this scrubber offers. This isn't just some one-size-fits-all stick. Whether you're 5 feet tall or well over 6 feet tall, you can completely customize the height of this stainless steel handle to match your exact comfort level. Getting rid of that unnecessary stooping and bending, that is the absolute #1 way to eliminate the back strain that usually comes with deep cleaning. And hey, just because it's adjustable doesn't mean it's flimsy. Let's think about the materials for a second. We've got unflagged PVC bristles that won't easily fray, a heavy-duty rubber scraper, and a solid stainless steel handle. Yet, despite being built like a tank to endure heavy-duty use, the entire unit weighs, wait for it, just 0.76 kilograms. That is just over 1.5 pounds. It's a lightweight, heavy-duty staple that's designed to replace 3 or 4 of those cheaper tools you have that seem to break every few months. Ultimately, it's going to save you serious money and closet space in the long run.
All right, let's pivot slightly to section 4, one brush, every surface. So we've established the ergonomics and the engineering, but how does this actually play out across your whole house? If we look at this from a day in the life perspective, the true value of a tool like this is its sheer versatility. It effortlessly transitions from dry sweeping a dusty floor to aggressively wet scrubbing a muddy entryway. Just listen to the variety of surfaces this single device is rated to master. Tile, mirror, glass, marble, ceramic, granite, stone. It's crazy. But it's not just for delicate indoor surfaces either. You can take this exact same tools straight outside to scrub your wooden deck, your concrete patio, or even the oily floor of your garage. It is so incredibly satisfying to realize you can cover that much real estate, both indoors and out, without ever having to walk back to the utility closet to fetch a different broom or squeegee.
This all builds into a much broader picture in Section 5, Clean Home, Omnipotent.
I want to broaden our scope for a minute, beyond just the physical product, to explore the philosophy of the HelpX brand itself. It's always fascinating to understand the ethos behind the tools we bring into our homes, right? Especially when a company shows a real, clear commitment to both the user experience and their broader environmental impact. First up, let's look at the name. According to the brand, Help represents their role as your personal cleaning assistant. They aren't just out there selling plastic and steel, they want to provide a service. And the X, that represents limitless potential. Their core philosophy is that a clean home is the absolute non-negotiable foundation of a happy, stress-free life. When your environment is organized and clean, your mind can actually finally relax. And that ethos of care extends to how the product actually arrives at your doorstep too. Consider the sustainability metrics straight from the source material. This brush qualifies for Amazon's Ships in Product Packaging program. What that means is it's been rigorously tested to ship safely to you without needing an extra, totally wasteful overbox. Since 2015, initiatives like this have reduced outbound packaging weight by an average of 41%. To put that into perspective, that translates to over 2 million tons of packaging materials saved. 2 million tons! It is highly reassuring to know that a tough, durable household tool like this is also being responsibly shipped to minimize its carbon footprint. All of this engineering, the ergonomic focus, and the thoughtful packaging, it all rolls up into their surprisingly bold slogan, Clean Home, Omnipotent. It's a pretty powerful word, isn't it? Omnipotent, having unlimited power. They're framing this simple 3-in-1 tool as a promise to give you back your power, to make the agonizing chore of cleaning totally seamless, effortless, and entirely within your control. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. If a tool can literally eliminate your back pain, combine 3 tools into one, save you from ever touching gross drain debris again, and dramatically speed up the time it takes to clean everything from your glass mirrors to your concrete garage, what will you do with the time you save on cleaning? Imagine a weekend lifestyle freed from the burden of inefficient, drawn-out chores. That right there is the real product being sold. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this fascinating tool today, and keep looking out for that brilliant engineering hiding in plain sight in your everyday life.